Spirit. Maybe not quite time, actually. Seems we jumped the gun. Just a little bit, but here we are. The world champion against the challenger Terran. As we... yes, working out some sound issues. Alright. Well, hopefully everything sounds good over here, and you've enjoyed the sound of the casting throughout the day. We have 2 more series, including this one, I believe, scheduled. And then tomorrow, I'll be covering right here the knockout bracket, the last few rounds before we get to the playoffs. And then we'll hand it off to the mainstream for the rest of the tournament, as we've narrowed it down to 8 players by then. But still plenty of work to do to get there. So if you enjoy the commentary, it'd be awesome to check out YouTube, Winter StarCraft, and occasionally streaming, Winter Gaming. Not a lot of brand consistency there, but could have planned ahead. Didn't think they'd name a tournament after me either, but, you know, could have had some more foresight there as well. So, yeah, I thought we'd jump in. So close. Yeah, so far. Oh, wait, it's... It's a Terran match. So, TVT. All right, here we go. Jumping in. Not important.
Game resumed.
Let me introduce here on Oceanborn. In the top left, for Team Na'Vi. The Terran. In the blue, it's Spirit. And in the bottom right, the Chinese Terran, the underdog world champion. It's Oliveira. Getting knocked down by Solar. Spirit getting knocked down by Dark. The Zergs ravaging both of them. And now the Terrans must fight to determine who's able to get a much better slot going into tomorrow. Best of 3. But if the games today have been any indicator, that best of 3 could easily be 10 minutes or near 2 hours. Spirit played 3 games in a row that were near or over 30 minutes against Dark. And my voice may never recover, but let's hope it does. So, TVT is not known for being a particularly short matchup if we survive past the first 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes are, of course, incredibly volatile, especially with the new and improved, well, the new Cyclones and their more early game role as high damage output options. CV scout for Oliveira. Spirit not bothering with scouting. He knows what Terran looks like. A 1 gas expand for both sides. This is so different than what we saw earlier today in Maru versus Kelashur. They both decided to just go, okay. Well, Spirit and Oliveira are both full on. Honestly, I feel like Spirit is one of the most similar players to Oliveira. He is very happy to sit here for 7 minutes and do his build. Yes, we're gonna duel. Who drew first? Well, it's like Oliveira with the SCV. He hits the nade, though. Oh, and he gets a shot on him. But the SCV? Can he finish him? No. Maybe. Grenade. Hits his own SCV. All right. First blood. Drawn by Spirit. But I really do think that Spirit is probably the closest in style to Oliveira overall, with this kind of later game set-piece Terran. It doesn't mean he's inflexible, but means he much prefers to play 3 base with near 200 supply than he does this early game shenanigans. But it is TVT, which means shenanigans are already afoot. Well, a jetpack, really, more accurately. As Oliveira decided to come back, the factory could be delayed. 2 Reapers, a deadly day, oh, an SCV! Oh no! He could get under that factory on the reactor there. He has to reset it. 4 SCVs! 5, 6! Terrible, terrible damage is being dealt! And Oliveira he came back with the Reapers. He didn't try to do counter damage. 8 SCVs! It's a disaster! He just had nothing at home. He was caught with the add-ons, building his factory. Oliveira came back with the Reapers. He made that decision, and I think it was a mistake. Spirit takes a sizable advantage over the world champion. And to start things off, yes, 2 Reapers for 8 SCVs, a full scout, and a delay on the tech. Yeah, I'll take it. Raven with interference matrix. It's just going to be more clones for Oliveira. Going to try to hold the line with them. No siege tanks for either side yet. Raven with interference matrix for Oliveira. The crowbar of Terran, used for pry and open defenses. Or just beat him over the head with auto turrets, I guess. Also works. I've played No, I haven't played Half-Life, but I know that the crowbar is heavily involved. Right? I'm right about that. Don't worry. I'm old. Moving on. Raven hanging out. As it does. Not much else to work with early on. Auto turret comes in. 2 of them, covering both sides of the mineral line. There's nowhere to go. Another 5 SCVs down. And a scan. He sees Spirit adding on his production. There might... well, okay. He's got 8 Cyclones, 2 Ravens. But Spirit also has 2 Ravens, so this seems optimistic. He's gonna go for the T. He scrambles the Ravens. Yeah, that seems like the right... This ain't gonna happen. Oliveira, 3 siege tanks is about 2 siege tanks too many. What? What? That's crazy. That, of all the things, that is the craziest thing to me. He just attacked the auto turret. Wow, it actually is quite squishy. He only lost 2 SCVs. He would have lost more if he ran away and mining time. That... Huh. I mean, still hurts, but... Wow. Alright, Spirit still maintaining a significant advantage in pretty much every metric here. He's got the production, he's got the upgrades quicker, he's got more SCVs. 3rd base established. Maybe the auto turrets can do something. Start to even it out a bit. And a Viking. Little advantages being shaved away here for essentially no losses. Spirit just has to keep it together. Having all those advantages, well, no plan survives contact with the enemy. It only takes one step too far into siege tanks to potentially turn everything around. But I think Spirit is doing a lot to mitigate that potential. He's already got all his production online. Liberator setting up. Trying to time it out here. Keep him busy. Another Liberator towards the main. This one caught by the Cyclones. The Cyclone Raven hit squad out in the middle of nowhere here. Liberator finding a lot. Oh, what a beautiful timing. A master stroke here. And Spirit finds the command center, kills the tank. He should be able to get the orbital. He set him up with the 1, 2, 3. And the 3 was definitely the most devastating part. Anti-armor missile. Good scrambles from Oliveira. But Spirit holds the line. And he will knock him out. In game number 1. Wow, that was quite a decisive game. Oliveira waffling on the Reapers a bit. And it just spirals from there. I still can't get over just auto attack, like just attacking the auto turret. That it didn't really define it, but pretty decisive victory. Big mistake by Oliveira getting caught with nothing back at home. Not a mistake you expect to see made at this level, but I think that kind of cost him possibly the rest of the game. Well. All right. Spirit taking a quick break. Apparently his sound wasn't working that game. You know, if either it wasn't working or it's not working right. But either way, whatever it was, I would just stick with it. Okay. Just let it ride. It seems to be working out. All right. Well, that did not end up in the dramatic late game that I necessarily was hoping for. But will help us keep on schedule, so at least that's a win. And here we go. Countdown has begun. It's now ended. The load screen has begun. I'll keep you updated on any other menus that you need to know about. And game 2. Looks like we're switching up the colors just to make it more difficult for me. All right. In the top right, claiming the red color out of victory. Or because they defaulted that way and neither player is using default colors. But for Team Na'Vi, Spirit. And in the bottom left, the world champion. Down 1-0 for DKZ Gaming. It's Oliveira. That was a pretty rookie mistake as well. Having those Reapers out of position while you try to build the reactor on your barracks. And heading back home to try to deal with the Reapers. Just disastrous. Those are the kind of things that people will leave ladder games over. Rarely do you see it at this level. Spirit, gonna be SCV scouting this time around. Oliveira, nothing of the sort. 2 gas for both sides. No more gambling on Reaper positioning. Orbitals factory. CV takes a look around. Still 2 out of 3 gas in both refineries for Oliveira. How many? Spirit? Only 1 in one of them. Which trends? Did he hide it after? We'll see if he has anything more tech-oriented. And those are details that matter at this stage. No reactor for either side. Laying it down on the low ground. Oh, Spirit as well. What? How did he bounce? Did he? He may have pulled off at that moment. But Oliveira, the Reaper? No! Oh, I think he got a half shot. Oh, no. Oh! The chase is on. Oh, but another one. Turns him back. Technically, the Reaper has 2 attacks, which attack very, very slightly staggered, like firing off 2 pistols. Very occasionally, if someone's especially microing intently, you'll see that 1 shot go off and make the... Not again. Not again, Oliveira. Oh, no. Okay, as a Cyclone. Much better. Wait, it's a not again for Spirit, I guess. And the command center is delayed, but the Cyclone will shut down any sort of shenanigans in the early game. No Cyclone for Spirit yet. It's about to complete. Not quite there yet. Gonna did as much damage as he can, but the Cyclone pops out. He's going for the Reaper. He gets it. Okay. Not nearly as devastating as Spirit's damage in the previous match, but it's something. It's about exactly the same thing. 2 SCVs and 2 Reapers. A tech lab on the barracks here. I don't think it's gonna stay there. Another tech lab. Interesting. Oliveira. Meanwhile, Spirit building up a reactor. That should be a tech lab? Yeah. Tech lab and the Raven in production. So, Oliveira maybe wants a quicker stim with it. Going for the heavy Cyclone. Reaper Hellion, mostly for scouting here. 1 gas taken at the natural for both sides. Interference Matrix for Spirit. No interference matrix yet for Oliveira. I say yet because it feels almost implied. The addition of that as an upgrade. Well, the scouting depot targeted and taken out. A very small to medium blow there, but a blow nonetheless. Oliveira now starts interference. No, God. Okay. That is very, very, very optimistic to take 2 Cyclones in a medevac and fight 2 Cyclones when your Cyclones have less HP. But I guess if he catches him off guard, maybe. But there's no obligation to move out for Spirit. Racks already complete. Spirit instead opted for a 3rd command center, which means Oliveira will have a lot more units to work with. He's got his 3rd CC pretty quickly as well. Oliveira bringing all that production online. Spirit, his production is so late, at least in comparison to his opponent here. And now, what did Oliveira sacrifice? Siege tanks. He skipped tanks in order to get production up. In order to get those upgrades. It may pay off. Barely lives. This is... wow. Okay. He's got the watchtower. The scan. Spots the timing. Pretty sure he knows about the 3rd command center. There's no other reason why this should be so late. Lands on the reactor there. Spirit with his 3rd CC already slapped down. But Oliveira, with all 5 barracks online, and an upgrade advantage as well as combat shield. So things looking much better for Oliveira. At least infrastructure-wise than the previous match. God, those barracks are so late. But Spirit has 55 SCVs. He has 3 growing energy ravens. Oliveira has 3 as well. It looks like he's hiding his composition. Is he actually hiding from scans, or is this just a coincidence? Well, depends on how it goes. We'll take credit for it. Ravens, Vikings. Spirit definitely going for the quality over quantity composition. Oliveira putting as much manpower on the field as possible. Gonna have 20 Marines. Medevacs are out as well. The Raven... Oh my. Okay, well, the choke point on this map is always a bit of a defining characteristic. 1-1 combat shield. He's sitting on the edge. A scan spots the Ravens. Can he scramble them? Interference matrix used. Siege tanks moving up. Just the one. That's all he has. Oliveira, I think, wisely pulls back. As, is not going to be it. There are 5 tanks. The Ravens still have energy. 1-1 is about to complete. Is he really going for it? All right, here we go. Scrambles. Gets 5 out of 5. The full scramble. Anti-armor missile. But there's almost no units with which to use it. The interference matrices are running out. The siege tanks are going to be devastating. But every single one that won siege is taken down. And Oliveira is able to gut much of the arm. He gets 7 SCVs. But Spirit with a capable defense. A spirited defense, if you would. He is able to hold the line. So Oliveira, I think a small victory, but definitely still has the war to fight. The Ravens on both sides were wiped out of the sky. Spirit maintains 5 Vikings, and none of them are chasing down these medevacs that are headed towards the main. Oliveira going to work another angle. There is 1 siege tank in the main. He's able to siege that up. He's actually fighting with the unsieged... Oh, he gets a tank. And those are... They don't have combat shield. He's actually taking a great trade there. But the Vikings move into position. Spirit holds. Oliveira has not been slouching back at home. He took a 4th base. He cut down the complexity of the army, and he's keeping map control without committing too much. He didn't have many tanks himself, so removing the tanks of Spirit is definitely a victory. Removing a command center would be a larger one. The Vikings intercept the medevacs, take it down. He's trying to take out the command center itself. Is it worth it? The SCVs are pulled, but they're too late. Down goes the CC. And Oliveira starting to add up the wins here. 10 SCVs down. And the 4th command center is taken out by a hail of bullets. The Vikings... Spirit is relying on the strength of his composition, but it's weakening by the second. As Oliveira, 2-2 on the way. Upgrade advantage. He has the production. 4th command center is done. He's up a dozen SCVs. Spirit gambles on a drop. Oliveira calls the bluff. Not sure that's exactly the right terminology, but anyways, the Marine spots it immediately. Ravens. Oliveira rebuilding Ravens. Does he have 2 starports? Indeed, 3. 3. 2 with tech labs, adding more and more Ravens on. Gonna look to dismantle the crowbar. Definitely the best analogy. Siege tank at the watchtower knocks out the Cyclones. Spirit, still with a lot of army supply and about to be completing 2-2. Gonna deal with that tank. Actually, a devastating attack. Siege tank gets a dozen or so Marines. +2. Oliveira stimming in. Spirit! He already retreats. He's gonna lose another orbital. We're going into a base trade. But it's not a base trade if only one player's losing. Anti-armor missile. Liberators are gonna have to take their sweet time here. Hey, it looks like the 3rd base may actually be taken out. Oliveira has no siege tanks at home. Ravens are no substitute. Back comes all the... It's just Marines. It is now 8 siege tanks to just 3. Here comes the world champion. The Marines are absolutely everywhere. A 270-degree surround. And there's more than enough. He's tearing through everything left. Hundreds of Marines dead. Maybe dozens. But so far... Well, actually, Spirit. While it looked great for Oliveira, Spirit is ahead on supply. Wow, that did not go nearly as well as it looked. And a lot of that supply is kind of pinned back here. The orbital going to land again. Oliveira... Oh, the Spirit doesn't know about the fourth. Oh, no. If that was the third and that's it... Oh, no. Well, Spirit is still maintaining. They still have solid SCV counts. So despite a massive exchange on both sides, still not decisive. We do have siege tanks. Liberators overhead. Spirit still leaning on that better composition. Where did it go wrong? Oliveira hurting for supply. I guess Marines are just not as good as the unit composition Spirit is putting on the field. He's making mass Raven, but the Ravens... Are they paying off? More Vikings taken down. Spirit holding his ground on the low ground here. He has that high ground. I hear a Liberate. Oh my god. +3 now completed. Oliveira setting up for another break. The tanks are all unsieged. A precarious position. The Liberators are covering the front line. Siege tanks in range, but this is it. Here we go. Anti-armor missile scrambles some of the tanks. Is it enough? Holding his ground, Spirit guns forward. And he holds the line. Spirit takes it 2-0.